The Raygun is one of the most iconic weapons in Call of Duty history. But why is it iconic? It's been the staple of the Call of Duty franchise since its initial inception back in 2008. Today we are going to run through the history of the weapon and its inclusion in every Zombies installation from Call of Duty World at War all the way to Cold War. Now, I'm going to start off with a little fact. The Raygun was designed by H. Porter, who was a scientist of Group 935. Porter's name is actually a reference to the Treyarch developer Max Porter, who is responsible for the design of the original Raygun, and he is also responsible for the design of the wave gun. So, let's get more into it. In World at War, the first appearance of the Raygun is actually in the second mission of the campaign, which is Little Resistance. It arrives out of a Shisha statue that comes out of the ground containing the Raygun in its mouth. You do this by doing an Easter egg where you step in 3 different puddles and then you wait for it to come out of the ground. The voice you actually hear is a reversed quote from a Japanese soldier, which I can play on screen. There is actually a legend that says a Shisha statue or a figurine protected the Raygun people from a dragon. Anybody here reminded of Die Rise? I'm reminded of Die Rise, but I'll get to that later. So the Raygun is next found in all of the Zombies maps for Call of Duty World at War. That's Nacht der Untoten, Zombie Verrückt, Shinonuma, and Reis. The Raygun you can buy for 950 points out of the box, luck depending whether you actually get it in 1 box hit or not, or 400 box hits, your luck kind of varies. Now on to Black Ops 1. The Raygun makes another appearance in Black Ops 1. It can be found in the mystery box in every map featured in the game, and is the most powerful one-shot weapon up until around 15 to 16. The upgraded version of the Raygun, the Porter's X2 Raygun, is a one-shot kill up to round 23. The Raygun's most useful attribute to Black Ops 1 was when you use it to kill the Nova Crawlers. It would make it so it wouldn't release their toxic gases. You know when you shoot it and it pops up with its toxic gas and you kind of like, it slows you down, gives you a little bit of damage and it leaves you prone to being hit. And that to me is it just helps so much. Unfortunately, the Porter's X2 Raygun falls flat around 30 and kind of becomes hazardous to the player to use with the amount of splash damage unless you play a map with PhD, in which the gun basically becomes a close quarters lifesaver. Now, looping back round to the story again, we find out more about the history of the weapon from a secret document unearthed from Dr. Van Avar Bush. This document reveals to us that the Raygun was developed by Dr. Ludwig Maxis of Group 935, but was based from designs seized by the Rising Sun facility in Japan. To me, this is quite the opposite from World at War, when we actually find out it was created by another Group 935 scientist. So, I don't know, there's a bit of a slip in the story, but that's what we know. And yeah, this is all we know about the origins and the creation of the Raygun. So, now we go on to Black Ops 2, where we see it appear in every map other than 2 maps, and that's the Grief maps, Town and Farm. In Black Ops 2, it got a new look to it, and the performance is identical to the other games, being alright in mid-rounds and then falling off around about round 30 once it's been upgraded. So the only updates to the gun was in an animation update, and it got a new look to the gun in Buried in Origins, and that is Black Ops 2. Over to Black Ops 3 now. In Black Ops 3, it again really didn't feature that many improvements other than being featured in every map and a brand new reload animation. And this iteration of the Raygun was really underwhelming for how good of a game Black Ops 3 was. It features obviously in every map. It features in every map on Black Ops 3, starting with Shadows of Evil, DE, Gorod Krovi, Zetsubo, and Zombies Chronicles. Which, honestly, Zombies Chronicles was a lifesaver when it did come to Black Ops 3, and I love Zombies Chronicles. It's one of my favourite things to play, and using the Raygun in those maps with the new engine and the new updates, it's just such a good throwback. Now on to Black Ops 4. strange. There seems to be nothing here. On to Cold War, I guess. Now, Cold War, where we are in the current time of the making of this video, it finally got the buff that it deserves after all this time of being the most undesirable wonder weapon past round 20. The Raygun in Cold War is nothing short of insane, and it is a must-have for all high round runs with the Ring of Fire perk. Now, I'm sure this is how the Raygun was meant to be envisioned all this time, and I'm glad that it finally got the buff that it always needed. And going into the next DLC map for Cold War, I hope that it features in that map as well and becomes an absolute staple for... And I hope that it becomes a staple for the rest of the game cycle. I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy the video, don't forget to leave it a like. And on screen now, you'll see some videos recommended to you to your face. See you later. Bye.